Hey everyone, it's been a year since my last video. I am getting back to filming and editing new videos that will be up soon. However, today I just wanted to post one video in honor of World Mental Health Awareness Day. So, I had to take a break for a little bit that turned into a year. Basically, I took a few weeks off, and then it was a few more weeks, and then it turned into a full year because of my own mental health issues. And that's exactly why I needed to put up this video today, because I needed to raise awareness. So, the mental health issues I want to raise awareness for today are anxiety disorder and rejection sensitive dysphoria. It's normal to feel anxious about anything, moving to a new place, starting a new job, or taking a test. This type of anxiety is unpleasant, but it may motivate you to work harder and do a better job. That's ordinary anxiety. It's a feeling that comes and goes, but does not interfere with your everyday life. In the case of an anxiety disorder, the feeling of fear may be with you all the time. It is intense and sometimes debilitating. This type of anxiety can get so bad that it may cause you to stop doing things you enjoy. In extreme cases, it can prevent you from entering an elevator, crossing a street, or even leaving your own home. And if left untreated, the anxiety will just keep getting worse. So, what are the symptoms of anxiety? Anxiety feels different depending on the person experiencing it. Feelings can range from butterflies in your stomach to a racing heart. You might feel out of control, like there's a disconnect between your mind and your body. Other ways people experience anxiety include nightmares, panic attacks, and painful thoughts or memories that you can't control. You may have a general feeling of fear and worry, or you may fear a specific place or event. Symptoms of general anxiety can actually include nervousness, restlessness, or being tense, feelings of danger, panic, or dread, so feeling like you're always in that fight or flight moment, rapid heart rate, rapid breathing or hyperventilation, increased or heavy sweating, trembling or muscle twitching, weakness and lethargy, difficulty focusing or thinking clearly about anything other than the thing you're worried about, insomnia, digestive or gastrointestinal problems such as gas, constipation, or diarrhea, a strong desire to avoid the things that trigger your anxiety, obsession about certain ideas, which is a sign of obsessive compulsive disorder, OCD, performing certain behaviors over and over again, anxiety surrounding a particular life event or experience that has occurred in the past, especially indicative or post-traumatic stress disorder or PTSD. Your anxiety symptoms may be totally different from somebody else's. That's why it's important to know all the ways anxiety can present itself. So, what is an anxiety attack? An anxiety attack is a feeling of overwhelming apprehension, worry, distress, or fear. For many people, an anxiety attack builds slowly. It may worsen as a stressful event approaches. Anxiety attacks can vary greatly, and symptoms may differ among the individuals, so everyone's different. That's because the many symptoms of anxiety don't happen to everyone, and they can change over time. Common symptoms of an anxiety attack include, panic attack can include palpitations, sweating, shaking or trembling, feeling shortness of breath or smothering, sensation of choking, chest pains or tightness, nausea or gastrointestinal problems, dizziness, lightheadedness or feeling faint, feeling hot or cold, numbness or tingling sensations, which is paresthesia, feeling detached from oneself or reality, known as depersonalization and derealization, feeling of going crazy or losing control, Fear of dying, zoning out. Everyone experiences it differently. Some people experience out loud attacks that you can clearly see something is wrong, and whilst others experience it in ways that you cannot see that it's a clear panic attack, in ways of zoning out, playing with their hands, lashing out for no reason, shaking a leg, constantly fidgeting with your hair, biting the inside of your mouth, which is something a lot of people do and they don't actually realize what it is. If you have an anxiety disorder, you may also be depressed. While anxiety and depression can occur separately, it's not unusual for these two mental health disorders to happen together. Anxiety can be a symptom of clinical or major depression. Likewise, worsening symptoms of depression can be triggered by an anxiety disorder. Symptoms of both conditions can be managed with many of the same treatments: psychotherapy, counseling, medications, and lifestyle changes. Anxiety disorders can be treated with medication, psychotherapy, or a combination of the two. Some people have a mild anxiety disorder or a fear of something they can easily avoid, decide to live with the condition and to not seek treatment. It is important to understand that anxiety disorders can be treated even in severe cases. Although anxiety usually doesn't go away, you can learn to manage it and live a happy, healthy life. Now, a lot of people have never heard this term before. I'd never heard of the term before. I stumbled across it online one day, and after doing my research, so much of my own life made a lot more sense. So, what is rejection sensitive dysphoria? Nobody likes rejection. Whether it comes from a crush, peers, family, or co-workers, it can hurt. Yet, it's an unavoidable part of life. Some people can shake off rejection easily. For others, this feeling can trigger an overwhelming emotional response. In people especially overwhelmed, this is sometimes called rejection sensitive dysphoria, or RSD. It's characterized by extreme emotional sensitivity to being criticized or rejected, whether real or perceived. This can affect anyone, though it has been suggested that people who have attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD, and autism are more susceptible. People living with rejection sensitive dysphoria are more sensitive to rejection and easily triggered by certain situations. However, the exact reason for this isn't fully understood. It's not believed to be caused by a single factor, but rather multiple factors. One possible explanation for it is a history of rejection or neglect early in life. This can come from having a parent who is overly critical or neglectful, which impacts how these individuals view themselves. Because of this parental relationship, some people have lower self-esteem and an intense fear of rejection and abandonment in their own relationships. Other situations can also cause sensitivity to rejection. For example, being teased or bullied by peers, or being criticized or rejected by a romantic partner. It's also believed that some people are genetically predisposed to rejection sensitive dysphoria. It can pass down through families, so if a parent or another close relative has it, you may develop it too. Symptoms of RSD. Symptoms of rejection sensitive dysphoria are complex, so it can be challenging to identify. RSD can sometimes resemble certain mental health conditions, which include depression, social phobia, bipolar disorder, borderline personality disorder, post-traumatic stress disorder. Typical symptoms of RSD that may also occur in some of the above conditions can include low self-esteem, avoidance of social settings, fear of failure, high expectations of self, frequent emotional outbursts after being hurt or rejected, feelings of hopelessness, approval-seeking behavior, anger and aggression in uncomfortable situations, anxiety. The bottom line, even though rejection sensitive Even though rejection sensitive dysphoria may be linked with ADHD and autism, it can affect anyone. Symptoms may worsen if left untreated. So if you develop intense or overwhelming emotional reactions after rejection, hurt feelings, or criticism, reach out to a mental health professional. I will leave some links in the description down below to some websites where you can research these mental health issues. Should you want to read some more information on the topics down below, mental health is no joke. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next week with a new video. Bye.